I'm Robert Foster, and I'm pleased to see so many tuning in on the only remaining free frequency, the internet. This one narrow bandwidth, this one legitimate open channel to transmit.
About 2/3 of the public thinks that the entire Congress ought to be thrown out.
But that doesn't mean that it's going to happen.
No, but it means that the system isn't working, and the public knows it.
So we want to remind people there are major movements going on around the country, even around the world today, and much, much more expected for the coming days.
We would not take a final deposition that you were trespassing.
We would like to leave now.
No, ma'am. I'm saying no.
Whoa, hey! You don't have to push her into people.
She keeps on pushing me. So
You don't have to push her into people.
They're complaining about the fact that Wall Street wrecked the economy 3 years ago, and nobody's held responsible for that. Not a single person has been indicted or convicted for destroying 20% of our national net worth accumulated over the course of 2 centuries.
La donna è mobile, qual piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensiero.
And the courts then piled down by ruling that media corporations have the absolute right to lie to their viewers and force their reporters to do so. Now can you see why our news media in America is in complete and utter disrepair, and why nobody believes what they see or hear anymore?
If you're interacting on an AOL conference, that's your primary experience. But if you're watching TV, then you're consuming packaged experience. So what it means, the felt presence of immediate experience, is a kind of empowering of yourself as a producer rather than a consumer.
Sustainable development is the philosophy designed to bring human beings across the globe under the full control of a narrow human elite.
This is a book called Ecoscience. This is a cookbook for the extermination of humanity. To provide a high quality of life for all, there must be fewer people, says Holdren.
In the African Executive magazine, it was noted that Libya, unlike other oil-producing countries such as Nigeria, utilized the revenue from its oil to develop its country. Gaddafi believes that economic democracy can only be achieved when the GDP of a country benefits all of its citizens, and when the country's wealth is dispersed to every single citizen.
Is that many, including yourself, have speculated and assumed that the campaign spending for the U.S. election in 2012 will exceed $1 billion
for each
candidate.
They're upset about the fact that Wall Street has iron control over the economic policies of this country, and that one party is a wholly owned subsidiary of Wall Street, and the other party caters to them as well.
I invite you to listen up.
Okay, wait.
Folks, all can be placed under arrest for criminal trespass. I need you to turn around and come up to you, place your hands behind your back, and you're going to be placed in flex cuffs and put into the van and brought for processing. Okay?
That this is the way the establishment is responding to peaceful mass protests. It is responding with police force.
Sempre una labile, leggiadro viso, il fiato il riso, e menzognero.
Will you support research into thorium reactors, which could provide a much safer and cheaper means of producing nuclear power?
No, because thorium reactors are not a proven technology.
On the individual level, we are seeing a lot of people change their minds. But at the organizational level, we're not seeing any change.
And ever since that 1886 Supreme Court case of Southern Pacific Railroad versus Santa Clara County, when a rogue court reporter named John Chandler Bancroft Davis slipped corporate personhood into the legal record, the courts have ruled time and time again that corporations, since they have all the rights that actual people have, could also lie, just like people can.
Based entirely on socialist control mechanisms.
Sustainable developers have designed a global movement, coordinated through a global to local action plan to create world government in accordance with certain objectives.
The
drinking water of 4,000 Brisbane households has been affected by Australia's worst fluoride overdose. It happened a fortnight ago after the North Pine Treatment Works was shut down for routine maintenance.
According to McKenna, to get ready for a future life where we will live uploaded in computers, we must first prepare ourselves mentally. The best way to do so, he believes, is through the use of psychedelic drugs.
In a sense, this historical crisis, or this singularity that we're approaching, is like a transition from a low-dimensional world, say a world of 2 or 3 dimensions, to a world of 4, 5, or 6 dimensions.
Population is the 800-pound gorilla in the room that nobody wants to talk about.
Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?